So this sucrose solution test also shows the So the sucrose solution test also used for checking the pollen viability. So pollen grains that are treated with the 10% sucrose solution for 13 minutes, then pollen grains with germinated pollen tube are viable, while non-germinated pollen grains are non-viable. So sucrose solution, if we treated the pollen grains with the sucrose solution, they started the germination. जो pollen grains viable है, these are only forms the pollen tube, or those are non-viable, they not form the pollen tube. So here clearly seen that those pollen having the viable, they form the pollen tubes after the 30 minutes we treated with the 10% sucrose solution. So these are the different experiments which are carried out for checking the pollen viability. So again, I just all point that will be repeat out. So in pollen viability, first of all, you have to write about the pollen grains. So pollen grains that are nothing but the it is first cells of the gametophytic generation, and it is haploid in number, and they show binucleated states or binucleated structure. Binucleated, that means they are formed the two nucleus. So here they they are formed the two nucleus, that is tube nucleus negative. Then there is the structure of pollen grain structure. Outer layer is the exine, which is thick layer. Then inner layer is the intine, it is thin layer. There are some apertures, or which is also called as small openings, which are present on this outer layer of the pollen grains. And in that pollen grains, there are the two nuclei, that is tube nucleus and generative nucleus. Then some factors are regarding the pollen viability. So pollen viability is nothing but the functional state of the pollen grain. So this pollen viability, that means they forms the pollen tubes, and they contain the two nuclei, that is tube nucleus and generative nucleus. So some factors they will be affected the pollen viability. In that, first is the trinucleate pollen grains. If the pollen grains they form the three nuclei, that is tube nucleus, prothelial nucleus, or generative nucleus, then it not shows the normal activity, it goes to abnormal, they are not functional, they will become the non-viable. Because generally in normal condition, pollen grains they form the two nucleus, that is tube nucleus and generative nucleus. In anthesis period, generally anthesis, that means the breaking of the anther, and due to the breaking of the anther, the pollen will be dispersed out. So here generally the anthesis process that will be takes place at the morning, when the temperature will be low, sunlight also the less sunlight is there, the normal anthesis will be takes place. But if the anthesis will be delayed, they will be affected on the meiosis or mitosis. So generally, after the normal mitosis or meiosis, they form the two nucleus. But if the abnormal activities will be takes place, that time there will be shows abnormality in case of the formation of tube nucleus as well as generative nucleus. So at that time, they are not do the normal function, and they goes to the non-viable. Then next reason or next factor that will be affected on the pollen viability, it is the vector problem. Vector problem, that means some insects or animals that will helpful for the dispersal of the pollen grain. So here some entomophilous or in some plants and pollinate. Uh, Time will be delayed in case of the dispersal of the pollen grains. They will be dead out. They will be not do the normal function and they goes to the non-viability. Then some weather conditions also affected on the pollen viability. If high rains will be takes place, warm weather conditions will be takes place, then bright sunlight, yeah, sometimes high humidity, high wind velocity, etc. reasons or in frost condition also affected the pollen viability. Affected that means they if sometimes they will be uh, pollen that will be shrink out, they are not do the normal function, or sometimes the pollen grain that will be dead wing. So here these are the factors that will be affected the pollen viability, and due to these different factors the pollens will affected, they not do the normal functions. So these are the reasons. Then, for pollen viability test, there are three different tests will be carried out at the laboratory. First one is the acetocarmine test. Acetocarmine, in that the pollen grains are treated with the acetocarmine, and if the pollen grains will be stained out, then they will be viable. If not stained, then they will be non-viable. So, due to the acetocarmine, the pollen grains form the red. Only the viable pollen grains they form the red color. Those are non-viable, they are in white. Then second test is regarding the TTC solution. TTC solution, it is pink color solution. If we pollen grains are treated with the TTC, then they will be uh, colored out in pink color. Those are functional. They are having got the color pink. If they are non-viable, they are not. Then third test, which are which is sucrose test. Sucrose test, the pollen grains are directly treated with the 10% sucrose solution. So those pollens are viable, they form the pollen tubes. So and those are non-viable, they are not form the tubes or pollen tube. So here clearly you can find out the uh, pollen viability of any plant species which are viable as well as non-viable. So here on this unit also your practical are based. So these three you can also there are checking the pollen viability in different plant species. So एग्जाम में आपको डिफरेंट प्लांट्स के पोलन ग्रेन्स दिए जाते हैं और उससे हिसाब से आपको उसकी पोलन वायबिलिटी परसेंटेज निकालने की रहती है. तो यहाँ पे due to these chemicals like acetocarmine, ATC solution, then sucrose solution, you can easily find out the pollen viability. Then uh, the next point, it is about the germination and growth of pollen tubes. We have discussed in the next lecture. All of you are clear this point?
Yes.
Okay, very easy point. And this is based on your practicals also.